Is live music your jam? I mean, hey, if you're in Austin, you're already in the right place. But today we're going to dive in even deeper. We're going to show you which neighborhoods are best if you just love live music. Maybe you want to be able to walk to it from your house. We're going to show you the best areas to be able to do that. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, and I've been helping people buy and sell real estate for over a decade in the Austin area. We absolutely love helping you find what matches your lifestyle, and today's lifestyle is all about that live music scene. Let's get started right now. Now, I'm going to take you a tour around. We're going to start in central Austin, and then we're going to go south, east, and north. And we're going to start downtown because that is where the bulk of all the bars and restaurants and live music scenes are. The downtown area is full of high-rise condos. I'm going to show you a few examples of what you can expect it looks like to live down there, and I'm going to show you the kind of the largest music scenes. There's no way I will cover them all. We have hundreds and hundreds, and you might have some bars and restaurants that'll put a live band on just a couple of nights a week, but I tried to choose the ones that have bands there almost every night and a few different styles to mingle in and out. After all, we have everything from pop, rock, country, indie, folk, jazz, R&B. We have it all, and there's always something fun to go and see. So let's hop into the map right here and start right here in our downtown area. Well, let's start here. Our most famous is the Austin City Limits, the Moody Theater. It's actually where they filmed for the Austin City Limits show. It's a really, really awesome theater. Here's the whole space. I think there's just under 3,000 people, so every single seat in the house is a good seat. You get lots of different styles of music in there. Like I mentioned before, it covers the whole gamut of what Austin has to offer, but they actually filmed for the TV show. So the shows aren't super long, but they're really cool, really quaint. Everyone's on their A game. Super fun to see a show there. Up next, our next largest right over here, we're going to go to Stubb's. Stubb's also has barbecue, and you're going to see a lot of pictures here on the left about their barbecue, but it is a great outdoor live music venue here in the downtown scene. It's a little bit smaller, I'd say, than the Austin City Limits, but it's just completely different vibe. So see, here it is outside. It's kind of like between the buildings. The stage is at the far end down there. When it's busy, everyone crowds down to the front of the stage, but the music is great. And again, the shows can't go too late because of a noise ordinance down there. So when they say it's closing time, it's closing time. But they have a lot of great shows coming through there, from country to R&B to reggae to pop. They run the gamut there as well. And here's just one little picture of their lovely barbecue. They have a gospel brunch as well. So whatever style of music you're looking for, you can find it there on any given day. We cannot talk about music in Austin without talking about Antone's Nightclub. This is just kind of describes the feel of Antone's. It's blues background. These two pictures just really kind of give it the vibe that you might expect from the Antone scene. It has been, I mean, it's just legendary. Icons have played there for decades, and it's still going strong to this day. Then we have two right over here together. We have Cheer Up Charlie's and Mohawk Austin. Mohawk is a little bit more raw, a little bit more edgy kind of style of music, hard rock, punk rock sometimes. They have an indoor and an outdoor spot. It's a good spot for indie and underground sounds. And then from there, we're gonna hop over to Cheer Up Charlie's right next door. The big outdoor venue, very funky vibe there, and it's a haven kind of for like indie music and any kind of just live good vibes. And the Elephant Room, talk about almost like a speakeasy feel. It's underground in a basement. We don't really even have basements here in Austin, but it is kind of a sultry, smoky jazz club. I actually went here with my parents on my 21st birthday and saw Kevin Costner in there. It was cool. I freaked out a little bit as got starstruck, but otherwise, you're gonna go in there. There's no telling who you might see playing in there. Look at just money on the walls from over the times. You sign it. It's just got such like kind of just this history that just just oozes out of the walls at the place. And this is the small stage that's there. You can see the jazz happening with the trombone, the piano, and the drums there. Very intimate space at the Elephant Room. Now we're going to talk about what it looks like to live downtown. Think high-rise buildings, amenities galore, concierge services, doormen, and the like. So I have 3 examples to show you here. First, I have a 1-bedroom, then I'm going to show you a 2 and a 3-bedroom. So you can get in under the median sale price downtown. Median sale price is just over $600,000 for Austin. But right here we have an example of a 1-bed, 1-bath, 709 square feet, $400,000. So this one's right down in the thick of it. Modern, trendy design. It has the amenities with the pool and things. This one's only on the 3rd floor, so not super high up. In general, the higher you are in a condo, the more expensive it is. So that's another way to get in at that little bit of a lower price point for downtown living. But you're right in the middle of it. Great property there. A 2-bedroom example I'm going to show you takes the price point up just a little bit. And this one is in the Independent, our very, very tall Independent building. It's at 1,026 square feet and listed just under $1 million at $999,000. Pretty cool views from this one. I believe was on the 13th floor, so we're getting a little bit higher. That's also what pushes that price point up just a little bit. That and that you have the 2 beds and 2 baths. And lastly, our 3-bedroom here. This is actually in the W, so one of our swanky, not that the Independent isn't swanky, it's also swanky, but the W just brings that, you know, that extra little sense of prestige with it. This one's on the 29th floor, so up at the top, we're getting up to our higher price points for these condos. $2,400,000 here, just a bit over 2,100 square feet. 3 beds and 3 full baths. And that's what makes it more expensive, in addition to this beautiful view here over the river. So you have that south-facing view, which is good for the sunset. It's not straight on your balcony there. And then you have all of these beautiful open views all around the property. And that's what increases that price tag. The top level floor, the views almost, well, not 360 because there's other houses or other condos on the other side, but everywhere there can be windows, it's got the open views out to the water. So those are the 3 kind of price points: a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom. Of course, you're going to find other options because there could be some older ones, some slightly bigger ones, or smaller ones with the same bedroom count. But that gives you a general idea of what it looks like to live downtown. Now, before we move on to South Austin, we're just going to come just a little bit further north. So we were down here in this very central downtown, and then we have to come up here and mention this north area more towards campus. We can't go without mentioning the Moody Amphitheater. Man, what a great venue. This is relatively new, the last few years, and it's this beautiful outdoor space with the Capitol in the background, and it's just so much fun to see a concert there. They have seating up front, and then they have seating back on the grass out behind, so general admission, you don't have a seat, and that's what it looks like when there's no one there. And one of my buddies got her citizenship to be an American, and that's where they held the ceremony. So she got to walk across that stage and get her citizenship right there at the Moody Amphitheater. It connects to the Waller Creek Trail, so you can walk there from downtown or many other places in town. And this is from the stage looking out towards the back. And here's an example. They have art installations during a few weeks of the year just down on the trails around the area. So it's a super cool venue. From there, we go a little bit further north up to Cactus Cafe. It's actually on the UT campus, or in the UT campus. Very small venue. Like it's got so many stories and so much history there because it's been there for so long, but it's where kind of more like a singer-songwriter place might be, really small and intimate place. And then right across the street from campus, we have Hole in the Wall, and they call it that because there was actually someone that shot a hole in the wall way back when. This is what it looks like now. Look at it from the outside. It's one of the classic dive bars, but they have live music there. There's no frills, all heart, where local legends and newbies both share the mic together. You just never know who you're going to get at Hole in the Wall. From downtown, we're going to head to the south side. And basically, if we have a look at the map here, we're between Mopac and I-35, and we almost go all the way down to Ben White. The majority of them are up here in this top half of the section, but we have to dip down there to Broken Spoke because you can't talk about longtime Austin music without talking about the Broken Spoke. but we'll get back to that. We're gonna start on the south side with the Continental Club. Talk about history here. I mean, this picture kind of sums it up all in one, a horse right at the front door. But more importantly, I mean, all the legends have played there. Live music, rock, rockabilly, blues, everything, soul. Like this, if the walls could talk here and tell you about what all has gone on. I mean, we have some beautiful horses out on the street, and that's just really not that uncommon. It's a small venue again, so you're going to be right up close to the band. The Continental Club has even been around since 1955. So definitely put this on one of your hot spots as a place that you have to go to experience some Austin legendary music. From the Continental Club, we are going to hop over to Lamar to the Saxon Pub. So basically they're right across from each other. Continental Club is here, and we just hop over to the west a little bit to the Saxon Pub. Similar size, a little bit different vibe. I'd say Saxon Pub, you know, it's a little bit more intimate, but they're both super cool to be able to get close to the bands. A lot of time in Saxon, somebody will just walk in and join the band. I mean, like somebody famous will walk in and join the band, and that happens at Continental as well. I guess you could say, you know, as Austin being the biggest music city that it is, you just never know who's going to join whom on any given night. So you just have to keep going, and that's why we're going over where you should live in these neighborhoods, so it's not so far to get to. You can just hop on your bike and ride over, maybe walk over, and enjoy all these like little special treats that happen when they're not expected. The main difference between the Saxon and the Continental Club, the Saxon's always set up in the corner, and the Continental is set up at the end of the room, more like in a rectangle. So but there you go. Now, one other beautiful thing about living on the South Austin side is that's where the majority of the festivals happen. So the big Austin City Limits Music Festival happens right over here in Zilker Park, and Auditorium Shores hosts a lot of festivals. Reggae Festival comes to mind. There's a couple of other smaller music festivals than ACL, because ACL is by and large our biggest. And this is the big land that it happens on out there, and it has that beautiful view, downtown view of the city from the middle of the ACL grounds. So that's where the big festival is set up, and then over here at Auditorium Shores is where some other festivals are set up. We also have some festivals on the east side, and we have Eeyore's Party over on the north side. So we love our festivals here in Austin. You're never going to go too far without seeing a festival here in Austin. And here's another beautiful angle towards the city from Auditorium Shores. Oh, and another thing about Zilker over here on this side, that's also where they have Blues on the Green in the summer. And Blues on the Green is a free show. I think it's every Thursday, every other Thursday. Anyway, it's all throughout the summer. Absolutely free. It's amazing. Okay, two more in the South Austin area. We have Sea Boys. They're known for soul, R&B, kind of retro cool. They're down on the southern part of South Congress, further down than the Continental Club, but that's what it looks like outside, capturing that old school charm. And lastly, over here on the south side, on South Lamar, Broken Spoke. This is a long-standing establishment since 1964, actually, and it is a two-stepping haven. Look at this little place. The ceiling above the band is so low, sometimes the taller guys have to take their hats off to be able to fit on the stage and yet under the ceiling. You can't stand on the dance floor. You have to dance if you're on the dance floor. They have lessons a few nights a week, and they have this restaurant out front. So if you wanted to just come in and have a chicken fried steak out front, you can do that without paying the cover to go into the band section in the back. But most nights of the week, the dance floor is going to be full with some boot scooting two-steppers. So now I'm going to show you some examples of what you can expect to find on the south side as far as living. This street right here is Congress. That's where the Continental Club and Sea Boys is. And this right here is Lamar. This is going to be where your Saxon Pub is. So all of this area is very similar in styles of housing. So this one here, small house, 3 beds, 1 bath, only 1,036 square feet, coming in at $950,000. And that's location. It's right in the thick of things. You can walk to downtown, you can walk to the lake, but here's the style on the inside. And this one, as I was thinking, has been fixed up. It was built in 1947. Now we're gonna hit on this one here right in the middle of South Austin. We've got a 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,579 square feet, under $2 million at $1,875,000. And this one was built in 2005. Has some interesting design features, but once you get into those 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, they get very, very pricey unless you get a B unit. And that is what I'm going to show you next and explain also what a B unit is. Okay, so this unit here is where there's multiple properties on one lot. We call them AB units, 1, 2 units. Sometimes they even have 4, which this one does. It goes all the way to a D unit. But you can see how you can get a bigger house for not quite as much money. So we have the 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,800 square feet for $1,200,000. And it is built in 2015, so a bit newer. And I mean, look at this design here. It's a very, very new modern design with those rounded angles and the stucco with wood and black trim. That's what everybody's doing these days, is blending those textures. But you can see in the back how they have a shared driveway, so they have to share the exterior space with other people. That's becoming really, really common in all the areas downtown, whether you're north, east, or south. Anything that has proximity to downtown Austin, the developers are going in and putting 2, 3, 4 units on one lot so that they can get a better bang for their buck. So people are willing to live closer together and give up some of their privacy to have these superior locations and have newer products. So that's one way you can save money and still get a nicer house if you don't need much yard space and much less privacy. Okay, so we started downtown. There's lots of options there, but they're mostly high rises. Then we went to the south side. We have a few different styles of houses, from old bungalows to modern large mansions. So you're gonna have a very high sale price on the south side the closer you get to the downtown area. And the more 3-bedroom, 3-bath, the larger the homes you're gonna have, it's going to be upwards of $1.5 million and more, unless you do one of those combined living ideas, which is either a condominium or the AB unit or a few units on one lot. That gets your price point back down a little bit. Now we're heading over to the east side. A lot cheaper on the east side compared to the south side of town. If you're comparing apples to apples, it can be almost $1 million difference depending exactly what pocket you're in. So the east side is a better value, generally because it's been the last one to be developed. Everything on the west was developed first, and now the east side is the final part of town that is being developed. The schools aren't that great on the east side, and there's some pockets that are a little bit less safe than others, and that's why you get a better price over there. Now, let's talk about our music venues. We are going to stay on the east side from south of the river up to MLK. There's a few over here, and granted, there are a lot more, but we just can't cover them all in one video at one time. So we're going to start on the very southern side over here off of Riverside and go to Emo's. Emo's has had a few different locations around town, and this one is a pretty good one. I went there recently, and their space inside is quite large. It's actually a really, really nice venue to have bands. They have multiple bars around the whole place, so you don't have a hard time getting a drink, and they have a lot of bathrooms. So that's what you need in a live music place. Emo's, they're going to have all styles of bands, but I'd say they're going to lean more towards that rock and hard rock side. After Emo's, we're going to hop up to this part of town that is, kind of the equivalent of the old 6th Street. We call this East 6th now. That's where people go for all the same ideas as on West 6th, except this is the newer section, except not this place. The historic Scoot Inn. Dates back to 1871. Isn't that so cool? Anyway, live music venue there. They have a little outdoor space, and it's really, really fun place to go and listen to music. They're gonna have just a really cool vibe, really serious Austin charm here. If you ever get an opportunity to go see something here, I highly recommend it. I mean, geez, I've highly recommended all of these, haven't I? I just love them. Live music is awesome. From the Scoot Inn, we're going to hit the coolest little honky tonk, I think, in all of Austin. I know the Broken Spoke has a lot of history, but the White Horse, look how small it is. That's all it is right there. Live music every single night of the week. There's dancing there every night of the week. They have live 2-step lessons on a few days a week, just like the Broken Spoke. This one just feels a little bit more honky tonk honk, and the broken spoke feels a little bit more Western. If you don't know what that means, comment below and I'll answer you. You might need to be from Texas to understand that. But the White Horse has a little outdoor space as well. They have a food truck out there if you get hungry or need a break from the dancing. They have a pool table and a piano and lots of cold beer. It's one of my favorites in town, especially if you're into two-stepping. And we're gonna hop just about a block away over to Hotel Vegas. I was just there on Sunday for Cinco de Mayo, even though it was only the 4th de Mayo. And they had a great Latin band playing some cumbia music out back. So Hotel Vegas is pretty big. They have this big outdoor space in the back where they can have bands, and then they have this area in the front, in the like more bar section of it. Here's a view you can see from behind the stage. But they're playing live music there quite a bit because they have 2 options to do it from. And then if we hop a lot further out east, out of MLK area, kind of out here Springdale area, the Sahara Lounge. Now, the Sahara Lounge is more known for kind of like global grooves, you know, think like eclectic beats, African funk, you know, really even Latin vibes there. It's just not going to be your everyday run-of-the-mill music. This would be kind of what you would see. Small venue, very small venue as well. Here's a look at the whole place. You've got 2 pool tables and the stage is right up there in the corner. They do have some outside area as well to hang out in. So it's really cool. And that's like the authentic East Austin vibe there. All right, as we take a look at the houses over here on the east side, first of all, I'm going to show you this brand new property. Here we are, 2025 for year built. We have 2,752 square feet, 3 beds, 4 baths, listed just under $2 million at $1,995,000. Talk about East Austin modern vibes. Look at that shape. That is so indicative of like the modern designs we see on the east side. It's on modern trend where we have these mixed materials. We have metal, wood, the glass, the black trim, concrete. That is what the builders and architects are designing these days, where it mixes all the textures together and it creates, I feel like it's a softer vibe when you have those mixed materials. But have a look at the ceilings throughout. We've got these wood inlays here in the living room, and then if you look back, it's in the room behind, and then here it is in the kitchen as well. We've got it here over the dining and over the countertop. Here's a better view of the other one over the countertop. I mean, that's really meticulous detail, and the designers and the architect on this one should really be proud. It turned out really nice on that blend of textures and just intricate work. Our next example, we're going a little bit closer to our median sale price range here. This is a smaller unit, 996 square feet, 2 beds, 3 baths. This one was built in 2019, so not super old, and it's listed at $635,000. It is the number 2 unit. Just to point out, that's why the yard is so small. You're sharing the whole lot with the other unit. So there's 2 units on what would be a normal single family lot. But you get a little bit closer to town, a little bit nicer on the inside. Up next, Willow Street. So this one here and the first one that I showed you on Haskell, these 2 are in that lower section of the east side. We call it the Holly District, the more expensive portion of the district. You get a 5-bedroom, 4-bath here at 2,450 square feet, coming in at $1,750,000. This one was built in 2023, so almost new. Cute little craftsman design there. Even has a pool in the back with this extra little casita over to the left. So you get a lot for your money on this one. Might even be able to rent that back one out for Airbnb. But look at the beautiful design they've made on the inside here with that waterfall countertop going down, the nice multicolored countertops as well. A lot of people won't even extend to put that extra color in. They think everything needs to be white and gray, so it's fun to see some color and movement coming back in. And then lastly, if we go out by the Sahara Lounge, this one is further east out towards Springdale, and we come in a lot lower sale price, under $500,000 in fact. So we have a 1686 square foot place. It is the B unit though, so again, we're sharing our privacy. There's 2 units on one lot, but it's a 3-bed, 3-bath, pretty nice size, built in 2017. So we go a little bit further from downtown, share the lot with another one. See how you lose your privacy on these types of properties. But once you get inside, It's all nice and new. Everything looks pretty and on trend. So if you want to have a little bit lower price point, you grab yourself one of those AB units. So that's kind of what it looks like to live on the east side. We've almost finished our tour. The last section of town we're going to cover today is the north side. It has a little bit less music venues than the other side, so we're only going to show 3 here on the north side. But as we consider the north side, think Rosedale, Hyde Park, Crestview, Allendale, kind of that Burnett Road corridor. There are going to be a lot of little tiny like coffee shops and little intimate places that you might find just one guitar at a time or one singer at a time. So they're not going to have those big live music venues like they do or like we do downtown south and east side. But we do have a couple, and we're going to start at what is super famous, the Little Longhorn Saloon. Now, the Little Longhorn Saloon, it is little, and here's it from the front. And on what days when it's busy, the whole parking lot, you can sit out in the parking lot and drink a cold drink out there. But it is a country western bar, and I'd say just as much as they're known for their country western bar, they're known for this chicken shit bingo. It is so much fun. So everyone places $1 on a number, and whenever the chicken poops on your number, you get bingo. So James Little Longhorn, a cool spot to go for country vibe and chicken shit bingo. We're gonna hop from there over to the Long Play Lounge. This is kind of like almost vinyl vibes and DJ sets sometimes. Very eclectic, but one of the good spots to catch some live music on the north side of town. And lastly, we're going to hop up here just off 183 at Casa Chapala. It is a Mexican restaurant. It's a family-owned venue, but it is really, really big. They have multiple rooms in there, and very often in the back, here's one of the bigger rooms, very often in the back, they have mariachis and live Latin music there. So it's a little bit different vibe, completely different than anything else I've explained today, but they do have live music. Their food is excellent, and the margaritas are top notch. As far as the houses go in North Austin, we have a blend of some older homes like this one we see here that have been updated. We have a lot of teardowns with new construction there as well. So this one here, 1739 square feet. It's a 2-2, listed for $840,000. It is an older home built in 1959. Hasn't been updated too much, so you can see that's where you can get in on a little bit on the lower side. And I know $850,000 isn't low, but when you're close to town and walkable to coffee shops and live music, it's not a bad price. This one here is a completely remodeled older home. I'll show you here. It was built in 1950. We've got 2,800 square feet, 5 beds, 4 baths, listed for $1,799,000. But look how cute they have made it on the inside. They've really taken it down to the studs and put it all modern on the inside. So it's almost like having a new home. You do have a pool in the back, and that's going to add some value. But anytime you have a lot this big, a little chicken coop there, could be a kid's playground, but I'm going to go with chicken coop, and you've redone it this beautifully, that's what gets that price point so much higher. And I'm going to compare it to an actual new construction. This one here is a 2024. This one has 3,672 square feet, and we see this a lot on the north side. We see a lot of these larger homes being built there in place of a tear down. This one's listed for $2,299,000, and I will show you what they have chosen to do as their finish out. So their textures, they're blending brick, siding, wood, and then of course the glass and concrete. So everybody's doing it. That's what the trend is these days, and that beautiful wooden door there. Here we have a different blend of the quartz on the countertops, the woods, and then tile for the backsplash. Just keeping those colors moving and keeping everything just flowing throughout. And then lastly, I'm going to show you an affordable one here on the north side. It's small, but that's what happened. 750 square feet, 2 beds, 1 bath, was built in 1949. And listed for $450,000, so under our median sale price. So if you need to get into North Austin for just a one person or a couple, this would do it for you, and you could get in at a really nice price. And it's been fixed up on the inside, so it is a nice little house to get into and get your foot in the door on the north side. So Austin's live music scene is vast. The majority of it is, if it's not in the downtown, it's close to downtown, and that's just because that's where most most of the action is. We have festivals that are at all of the parks in town, so they're scattered throughout, but again, they kind of hover towards the center of the city as well. So the most venues are going to be downtown. Then you have South Side and East Side, kind of similar. Maybe the South Side even has more venues, especially if we're going to consider Auditorium Shores and Zilker Park. North Austin, it gets a little more sparse and few between up there. And West Austin, there are hardly any. West Austin is just home of the big homes, and there's not too many, if any, music venues I can think of off the top of my head. Sure, right around Mopac out to the left, maybe your Hula Hut or Mozart's might have some music every now and then, but there aren't any true live music destinations on the west side of town that I can think of. Now, if you know one, let me know. Did I miss one? I mean, I could have. So let me know in the comments if you wanted me to cover a live music venue that I missed today. Overall, as far as the houses go, downtown, you're going to be in a high rise. All the rest of the center of town, not in the downtown city center, you're going to have a lot of options, from those little tiny shotgun bungalows to modern kind of remodels to actual new construction. And then you're going to have choices as to whether you're going to have more than one unit on the lot, a condo. Are you going to give up some of your privacy to get a little bit closer to downtown and a little bit more room in your unit or home for yourself? So those are all things to consider when you're trying to figure out how to get closer to those live music venues so you can walk home after the show. Now, if you want to see any of these homes in person, all you have to do is give us a text, shoot us an email, or give us a call, set up a Zoom call, because we're always here to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle, especially if you play the guitar. So hey, thanks for tuning in today. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others, and I can't wait to see you at the next music scene.